Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your collective reading. This is going to be a collective reading for any and all Virgo placements. So, anywhere you may have Virgo in your chart, this could resonate for you. Always remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're going to get into what I like to ask a clear, honest, past, present, future tarot spread here. No need to be familiar with the tarot to get a little, get a little bit of advice. Okay, we're good. My lighting may be just a tad too bright, but I think the white balance is now thrown off just a little bit because of the candle. There we go. We are going to pull 3 cards from the Hermetic Tarot, and then we are going to clarify with Tarot of the Divine. Hermetic Tarot, what do you have for Virgo? Clear, honest message for Virgo. Ace of Swords, okay. Queen of Wands, reversed. We're starting with an ace and ending with an ace. Oh. And death reversed on the bottom of the deck. How intriguing. How interesting. Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands. Show you them all upright. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm like snacking while I'm doing these readings. Take a good look at some of these cards if you can. These will be published on Twitch and YouTube later, so don't be afraid to wait and pause. If you're on Twitch watching it live, you can just clip the stream and then you can go back in the clip and then pause the clip. It's also a fun way to do it. This is the Death card. Actually is, I don't know if you recognize that zodiac sign. If any of you recognize that zodiac sign up there, that is Scorpio. The Death card has Scorpio energy. Scorpions on the moon energy. Ace of Swords. Okay, so let me preface this. All of this came out reversed except the future energy, which is really showcasing how much your future has potential. Like, there's no other ifs, ands, whats, buts about it. You definitely have potential. I don't know what is making you think that you don't have potential, but you definitely do. You definitely have potential. And I understand. Okay, so the fact that I'm getting that is telling me that your faith in yourself is a bit lacking. There's a lot of lack in the faith department. Because Ace of Swords is a very direct energy, and it's something that, like, the true Ace of Swords energy is you direct your energy where you feel most enlightened and most, like, clear. When you feel clear, you make that decision, that choice. All right, we've understood all of our option, and this is the clearest one with the clearest path, or the one that feels like the right-minded choice. Doesn't have to be like the right choice, but the right, like, one for you, and the right one in your mind at the time or in the moment. And I feel like that's how you're treating it, Virgo. Like, you're sitting here thinking, oh, all of my knowledge is just, it's in the moment. I don't know, I just thought of it in the moment. It's like, there's nothing wrong with having that kind of knowledge to bring to the table. I think you being like, oh, well, I just kind of thought of it on a whim, and I don't know if that was the best choice, but, I just did it because it needed to be done. It's kind of situations where you're like, I don't know, but I just did it because it needed to be done. And other people are like, oh, thank you. Like, most people wouldn't even have done that, so I appreciate you for even trying to just get that task done, kind of a thing. Feel like there's, like, people really appreciate you, and you're like, am I doing an okay job? Am I doing all right? Like, are these tasks okay? And everyone is like, you are doing, like, great, like, amazing, immaculate is what you're doing. And I feel like you are having a real hard time recognizing that. Ugh. You've lost a little fire in yourself. Queen of Wands, when it comes to the Queen of Wands energy, he, she, they, you don't have to, these are genderless cards. The Queen of Wands holds an energy of she or they are very sure of themselves in order to get the job done because they have a passionate idea of where they want to go. It may not be a sure thought through plan, but it's a direction that you decided to go because you had a passionate idea. You said, oh, this is cool. I really like this. I'm going this way. And then learning how to create a plan, what needs to be in a plan that is like the best plan for you, and gathering those tools, completing the tasks that need to be done, and, bringing this idea into reality. And I feel like this is very easy for you, but as soon as you recognize it and put a spotlight on yourself, like, to yourself, there's this, like, ooh, like, stage fright and, like, embarrassment, red cheeks kind of feeling. Like, you feel like I feel like someone gets locked up, and it's just, ooh, are we, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's this silly scene in the new Inside Out movie where they introduced a new emotion, and I think they've already, like, spoilers if you don't want to know the new emotion, but I'm pretty sure you could probably figure it out off of context clues. It's just they've released the names of all the new emotions. You don't need to. Some people don't want spoilers, but it's not that big of a spoiler. Embarrassment is one of them, and there's a part where embarrassment's not sure if we're high-fiving, we're are we dabbing up, or what are we doing here, and it's like that, like, back and forth hesitation, not just, oh, I froze up, it's ooh, ooh, but and what do I do? Like, there's such a back and forth energy that, like, there's a part of you that almost feels like you want to, like, scream at yourself and shut the fuck up. I'm going to give the personal opinion / advice as to say, no, don't beat yourself up for indecisiveness, going back and forth on things. There's a fiery energy about your ideas. That's why the Queen of Wands is out here. It's a fiery card. But you have to learn discernment and control with this fire energy, is what it feels like. Ooh, my hand's a little shaky from the coffee. There we go. What is that? Is that her hair? Kind of, yeah. And it's almost like allowing yourself to have this fire this energy, this fire that burns within you of just like, ooh, there's all these choices I could make, and all of them are good. They're not necessarily bad. That's why life can be indecisive, or we can be indecisive in our lives, is like, there could be two really good options, and you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to, like, go in that specific route, you know? Like, they're both good, but which one do I choose if they're both good? And then you just don't choose at all, or you're stuck holding up, like, yourself and just holding time up of, like, which one you gotta pick. Because it's not gonna sit around forever. Some things may, some things may not. When you're willing to enter this stage is when everything becomes completely new and different for you. This is where death is acceptance. Death is truth. Death is no more lying to myself. I'm done living, not necessarily living a lie to yourself, but like trying to live what feels like the cliches that everyone else seems to live by. Oh, life is just this way, so that's why you have to live life in this particular way, is because it's blah 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 blah. Whatever this person's opinion is, it's like you're not trying to live by cliches or anyone's like personal view, because there's people out there that will try and force their view onto you. You're living by the view of yourself, and I think this is where you need to really, in order to shift all of this perspective, a new idea, a new, I want to say, form of direction. New idea of direction. New idea and forms of direction. So, like, it's not just about reframing your mind, like reframing how you see things, reframing your perspective. There's a deeper layer to this. Also, I heard something that I think is the cats, but I couldn't really be sure, so. Ace of Swords. What do we have for the Ace of Swords? You understand how there's moments in life that constantly come up that give us a choice to pick a direction. We get the option to choose where our human being goes in life. It's silly to think of it like a video game, but it basically is that. And I always like to even think about how life imitates art, or art imitates life, vice versa. Chicken or the egg theory kind of a thing. If you're not understanding the metaphors, I'm so sorry. Cheers, by the way. We need to understand, like, this is what you're telling yourself. This is what Virgos are telling themselves. We need to understand where we're going in order to pick the right direction. And maybe it's okay to not know where you're going, but to pick up this sword of direction. So you're not necessarily picking a direction or trying to prepare for, oh, this is going to be the best decision. It's like, what if there's another decision there? What if there's like a third option when you only expected two options, kind of a thing. And I think it's understanding you can't exactly prepare for all of all of the options and know which one's the right one. And I feel like that's the thing that's been brewing in the mind. You're like, okay, I understand I can't really make the best option, but, like, damn, like, life really throws a lot of fucking choices at us. Like, and we gotta make a lot of decisions, and like, almost accepting, part of you is just accepting that human beings, like, I guess we're all just trying to make the right choices, like, in life. And it's true. I feel like Virgos are getting a big wake-up call and realization to, we all are really just trying to make the right choices, and what we think is the right choices based off of, what is that? Not really sure. There's a lot of different things that it could be. I understand what it's like to look at life in this, like, outside the box kind of point of view, but the Wheel of Fortune really showcases, like, all the different choices and things and situations, scenarios, aspects, experiences, past, presents, futures in life that just pass us by, whether right in front of us or in our mind. And knowing where to go, we'll never know where the fuck we're going. Like, there's a need to understand and really truly gain that perspective of, we really don't need to know where we're fucking going. Telling yourself that we really don't need to fucking know where we're going. Everything's going to change in 5 years. It's not just everything in the world's changing, it's chaos, the world's ending. No. Things change over time. In 5 years, things are going to look different in general. And if they look the same, that means you're just not choosing. You're not choosing making decisions. If you choose to not make a decision at all, you're going to stay exactly where you are. Exactly where you are. And if that's where you want to be, you don't expect anything more. And that's really it. Don't expect anything more if you just don't want to make any decisions at all. That's kind of like another thing ruminating in some Virgos' minds right now. That Wheel of Fortune really showcased that Ace of Swords. I wanna see what else you got. See, this is the whole, like, key. You gotta find yourself in your past in order to find the you and the true you, the true potential of you in the future. You gotta find the future you, or to find the future you, it is to go and understand the past you. And we always understand this just as, like, human beings in general. But I feel like, okay, imagine a past you, a present you, and a future you all in a room together, right? And the past has, you know, over time built up this mighty tower, and it's at the top of the tower. And now you're, like, shouting up at the past, and you're trying to talk to the past, and the past is all the way at the top trying to shout down at you, and you can't have a conversation that way. So the biggest thing is, either the universe is going to either make you two meet in some divine intervention kind of way, or you can go up there and reconcile with your past. Reconcile with past you. Every single version of past you. But it's also, the past you I want you to focus on is the past you that felt hesitant, indecisive. But not just indecisive. Like, not just indecisive about what fucking bread you want for your toast, you know? Like, whatever, like, what color you want for something. The indecisiveness on whether to choose yourself or to choose what you think other people think is best for you. What other scenarios or other, like, companies or corporations or professionals will how they think you should do it. Are you going to choose that, or are you going to choose how you think you should do it? Those are the times of hesitancy that we have to look back on for you, and to really reconcile. And, hey, past, I'm coming up there. What? I'm coming up there. What? Come up here. I can't hear you. And either you're going to give yourself that grace to meet up with your past, like, just reconciling with them, or that tower is not going to look pretty. Because the tower has to come down in order to be rebuilt. That is a big metaphor of the tower. It's structures and foundations we've built in our mind that, oh, this is me. And then you have experiences and these foundations aren't as strong as anymore, and either life is going to tear this tower down, which it does a lot of the time. Life just does that. But either life's gonna take this tower down, or you can actually, like, schedule a demolition for the tower. Like, you can, like, demo the tower safely, and not just, oh, this thing's coming down and now all of my emotions are pouring out in this horrible scenario that, like, there's, like, this, I don't know, someone's, like, overthinking a whole scenario in their head of, like, oh, this could happen, and I could mess it up in this way, yada, yada, yada. Got my ring stuck to my... Sad. It's fine. No worries, though. There's a strong energy of, hey, believing in yourself has never been more prevalent than now. Like, I can't explain that enough. What else does Virgo need to hear? 9 of Wands. You're done going through all of these, like, times of reconciliation and not being able to understand what's going on in your mind. It's like, I'm tired of not knowing what the fuck's going on. And not necessarily, like, wanting to know what's going on, but just expressing, I'm tired of not knowing what the fuck's going on in my head. And in that sense, it allows you to kind of clear your head in order to look around and see, hold on, is that a house with a chicken legs? What the fuck's going on over there? Is this my mind? What's going on in my mind? Is this how I think in my past? Are these weird dream-like manifestation things of my past? I feel like there's a need to understand how helpful reconciling with your past is, because it provides a sense of self that you've never, I feel like some of you never experienced before. And just to show you guys all of the cards, clarifying the Ace of Swords for you, Virgo, is the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, and the 9 of Wands. You need this reconciliation in order to heal. I feel like you are trying to heal things that you don't know how to heal, and looking at the past is the key to every single thing that you're trying to look at. Why won't it focus? Please, focus. Please. Moving on to the Queen of Wands, we have the Two of Cups. Interesting. You gotta pour your emotions out to yourself. In order to gain fulfillment, you gotta clear stuff out in order to gain stuff within. If you want to gain some good in your heart, you gotta clear it out. If you want to gain a nice, pretty, tall tower that is taller than this tower here and it's got shiny rocks at the top, you got to tear that tower down. You got to demo it. There's no other ifs, ands, whats about it. But that's the thing. There's no ifs, ands, whats about your true potential. That's what we said in the beginning. So what are you going to do? Are you going to choose yourself? Or are you going to choose how... this is how you should think about yourself. This is how you should think about yourself, Virgo. Not in 2024. Or not in whenever we're watching this here in the future. Whenever, wherever, however. Clarifying the Queen of Wands reversed is the Two of Cups, the Page of Coins, and the Eight of Wands. Page of Pentacles is a very youthful energy, I want to say. It's something of, I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of intuitive wisdom. I feel like for you, Virgo, you have a lot of intuitive wisdom right now, but it's still very youthful wisdom. Like, young wisdom. You're still new to this. Not like you have to be young, but it's like you're kind of new to your true potential. You don't really know how to go about that. And I feel like if you've been getting signs about just following your heart in any direction, any idea that seems like a good idea, just start with one and start somewhere. You don't gotta pick every one of these 8 wands. You just gotta grab one and go. Because I think that's like how you're trying to pick the wands. It's like you can't just be flying and grab all the wands all at once. If you're a bird and you're flying in the air trying to catch a stick, you probably only catch one stick. One stick. One simple idea. But once it catches wind and catches fire, one simple idea can be the simplest key to unlock all of this. All of this true potential here. Where is it? Focus. As you holding up these beautiful flowers. You're like, oh, what's that pretty stuff right there? Oh, that's me. It's me. It's me. Appreciate it. You're allowed to. You are oh so very much allowed to. I understand, Virgo, how hard it can be to understand yourself. Like, that's the biggest and toughest battle. Is like, I'm balancing life and also balancing the, I don't really fucking know myself. And you could be at any age and experience that feeling. Like, that isn't just, oh, you experience that at one specific time. Like, there's always a time where people struggle with that kind of thought and idea. And I have to balance life and balance growing up or just like adult responsibilities in general, and balance like how I want to go about life. Like how do I want to do all this? It's kind of excuse me. There's an energy of, how do I want to do all this? How do I want to go about all this? Because you want to enjoy life. There's no use to you working this hard if you aren't going to enjoy a bit of life for yourself here. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles is 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Knight of Cups. You've worked too hard for too long to try to keep this bullshit balance in check. Why not keep the balance so you don't have to be in this chaos? So you don't have to be working so strenuously. You can be out here exploring the world, exploring yourself, exploring your heart, and just being free. Knight of Cups is someone who seeks out that fulfillment, that self of that sense of self and that soul within themselves. Seeking that out, seeking knowledge, seeking inner wisdom, and just how do I even get to know myself? You gotta go out and explore things, and it could just be explore things in your mind, explore things in your heart, explore things in your space. You don't necessarily have to go out. You could just go out for a walk to like clear your mind, and then come back, and then, oh, you had a bunch of old craft supplies that you used to use, and maybe you want to use them just for like an hour or two to kill some time. Like, tap into those things just because. It doesn't have to be like something you're getting into. It's like, oh no, I kind of felt like doing this today just to kind of do it, you know? I was bored, so I just kind of felt like drawing or something, you know? Or building this small thing, or going out and, let's say you want to like treat yourself to like a Lego thing, and you go and like build some Legos, but you like make a day out of it. I feel like if you're gonna like do something silly for yourself and spend some money and go and like get a thing of Legos and build it for yourself, you get Legos, get yourself a favorite treat of yours, and like a soda, or I don't know, your favorite kind of drink, some kind of juice or something. Drink water, but it's like giving yourself these little sweet treats that, like, I mean, I don't know, you could seem, if you're an adult, you're like, you're playing with Legos as an adult, and it's like, fuck yeah. Who gives a fuck? It's fun. And sometimes the Legos that are, like, really, like, aesthetically pleasing are really cool, like, display pieces. And I think that's another thing of, like, invest into things that you will invest your time into as well. The biggest thing for you right now is investing your time into these things that you enjoy. The time that you spend in the things you enjoy will truly bring in fulfillment. That is how you bring in fulfillment. But you gotta clear shit out. You gotta clear it out before you can bring it in. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. And I can see you, Virgo. I know that old you. This is the old you down in the depths of your soul, trying to creep back these old habits, these old ways, but you can't let them. You can't let them in this boat of enlightenment. That metaphorical boat in this card is like a symbol of you're moving on beyond that old self. You're only here to reconcile with it. Anytime you find yourself going back into old ways, all you're doing is reconciling with the past. And that's why people build Legos as adults. They want to reconcile with their inner child and their inner younger self. Or just an inner part of them that they enjoy. Because for me personally, I enjoy cleaning, but I have to clean in order to, like, make things look aesthetically pleasing. Because my brain is like, that shit is good. That's that good shit right there. Like, if I clean and I make my space aesthetically pleasing, I feel like I can breathe. You know? It's just, you know? So, there is a big, giant, like, area of enlightenment in that. And anytime you catch yourself, like, oh, I feel like I'm kind of falling back, being like, all right, we're not falling back. We're just keeping note and reconciling. And don't beat yourself up if you consider yourself falling back into old ways, because that's the thing that's really going to hold you back. Don't beat yourself up. Not anymore. No sorry. No way, no how. Not today. I love you, Virgo. You have the chance and the opportunity to truly embody that true sense of self. You got to explore it. You got to take one idea and run. However you want to do it, you got to take that one idea and run. If it's a bunch of ideas, just take one and run. Just go. Hey, you gone yet? I want to see you. I want to see you beyond the horizon. I want to see you running until I can't see you on the horizon no more. Because you have the potential to really take a lot of the things that you enjoy just far in life. Like, you can turn genuine hobbies into, like, careers. And just, like, it's really all about life choices. So when it comes to life choices, are you going to choose yourself? Are you going to choose to work hard for yourself or work hard for others? That's the biggest question at the end of the day for you. Do your homework. Remind yourself. Gentle reminders are good. Don't be mean to yourselves. And don't be rude to yourself if you do slip back into little old habits. It's nothing wrong, okay? Find the ways that work for you and gentle reminders. Always remind yourself you're reconciling with the past. That's all this is about. So, thank you for being here, Virgo. That is all I have for you. I really enjoyed this reading. I'm really curious. I feel like it's good for some of you Virgos to rewatch this reading or rewatch and look into any other tarot YouTube videos, just Virgo tarot videos. Because I'm not the only tarot reader out there on YouTube and on Twitch. There's other readers out there. So I implore you to get more insight and just enlightenment, because tarot is such a gentle reminder sometimes. It just reminds us to, like, okay, I'm on track, or, oh, I'm kind of, like, slipping off track here. Let me get back on track, It lets us know. Tarot lets us know. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for listening. Really enjoyed this reading, and that is all I have for you. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, wherever you are in this beautiful planet Earth of ours. And as always, I hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace.